My brothers and sisters of Burkina Faso, I have heard the whispers, I have seen the rumors spreading like wildfire, that because President Vladimir Putin has met with Donald Trump, then perhaps our partnership with Russia is in danger. Some say that secrets of our collaboration will be handed over to the United States, that this could open the doors for an invasion in the name of restoring democracy. Let me stand here today as your leader, as your brother, and as your soldier to tell you clearly, such things will not happen. Our sovereignty is not a bargaining chip on anyone's table. Russia is not a child to be manipulated, nor are we. Burkina Faso is not a pawn in the chess game of global powers. We are a people with dignity, with history, and with a future we are building with our own hands. Do not allow yourselves to be poisoned by these rumors. They are designed to weaken your spirit, to make you doubt the very path we are walking together. What the enemies of Africa fear the most is not Russia, not any foreign power. It is our unity, our patriotism, and our refusal to bend our knees to external influence. I say to you, work harder in your fields, strengthen your communities, defend your land and your values. Do not let your energy be consumed by fear of what foreign leaders are discussing in their own capitals. Our greatest defense is not found in Moscow, Washington, or Paris. It is found in our own patriotism, in the determination of our youth, in the courage of our farmers, in the wisdom of our elders, and in the unshakable will of our soldiers who guard this land day and night. The West will always search for ways to weaken us. They will fabricate stories, they will send false messages, they will try to divide us. But understand this. If we remain united, if we hold firm in our spirit of sacrifice and patriotism, no nation, no alliance, and no rumor will ever dismantle what we are building here in Burkina Faso. This is why I tell you, continue your work. Keep your hands strong and your hearts firm. Let no external influence make you doubt that you are the rightful owners of this land, the rightful shapers of your future. The eyes of Africa are upon us, and history is watching how Burkina Faso rises in the face of every attempt to intimidate us. I know you've heard rumors, stories that meetings between powerful figures abroad could somehow place our nation's agreements at risk or expose us to manipulation. Let me speak plainly. Our sovereignty is not a bargaining chip, and our partnerships are not casual handshakes. They are governed by clear mandates, legal safeguards, and professional standards that protect our interests first. We collaborate with friends around the world, but we do so from a position of principle and strategic autonomy. Our agreements are structured with non-disclosure clauses, compartmentalized access, and strict need-to-know protocols. Sensitive information is not left lying on any table. It is encrypted, audited, and controlled. Technical teams operate under zero-trust architectures. Systems are segmented, critical data is air-gapped, and every access leaves a trace. External actors, no matter how influential, cannot simply reach into our files or our future. Understand this. Cooperation is not submission. We trade, we train, we learn, and we build, but we keep our compass set to the North Star of national interest. Where collaborators align with that compass, we move forward together. Where they do not, we pause, renegotiate, or part ways. That is how a mature state behaves. I ask you to do two things. First, remain calm and stay focused on your work. Anxiety is the oldest weapon used against a people. Spread it widely enough and you weaken a nation without firing a shot. We will not be weakened. Farmers, keep planting. Traders, keep your ledgers honest and your supply chains moving. Teachers, keep shaping the next generation. Engineers, doctors, artisans, hold your stations. The surest proof of stability is the rhythm of daily excellence. Second, help us harden our information space. Rumors thrive where discipline is weak. Verify before you amplify. When you encounter falsehoods, report them through the proper channels. Our institutions, security, intelligence, justice, are coordinating with robust oversight, internal auditors, legislative committees, independent inspectors. Deception will be tracked, documented, and addressed within the law. To our partners abroad, know this: we value cooperation anchored in respect. We welcome technology transfers that build capacity here at home. We welcome financing that is transparent and sustainable, with local jobs, local content, and skills that remain after the ribbon is cut. We will continue to diversify energy, secure our supply chains, modernize agriculture, and expand digital infrastructure, always in ways that strengthen our independence rather than erode it. To our region and the wider world, hear our stance. We are for peace, for lawful borders, for dignity in development, and for a multipolar order where no nation is coerced into someone else's narrative. We will stand with neighbors against terror and criminality. We will resolve disputes by dialogue when possible and by firm defense when necessary. My message to you tonight is simple: breathe. Hold your ground. The institutions are functioning. The safeguards are active. Our path is steady. In the days ahead, I will detail additional measures, new compliance thresholds for strategic projects, expanded cyber defenses, and community programs that convert vigilance into practical action. But even now, the most important work is already in your hands. Do your duty well, take care of your families, and refuse to let fear write our story. We are not a rumor-driven nation. We are a purpose-driven nation. Stand tall, keep working, and let the results speak. There is one principle that must sit above every argument, every rumor, every personal ambition. The affairs of our country are the top priority of every citizen. That is not a slogan, it is a civic code. It means we measure our words by whether they build or break, we judge our actions by whether they strengthen institutions or strain them, and we choose our daily tasks by whether they move the nation forward or keep it standing still. When anxiety rises, the mind runs to distant headlines. Bring it home. What matters most is the school your child attends, the road your goods travel, the water in your village, the health post in your neighborhood, the safety on your street. If each of us treats these immediate responsibilities as sacred, then together we form a shield far stronger than any rumor mill or foreign pressure. We will emerge more unified and better organized than we are today. How? By tightening the weave that connects citizen to community, community to district, district to nation. We're aligning efforts in 3 ways. First, clarity of mission at every level. Local councils will publish simple, public priorities for 90-day cycles, clean water points repaired, classrooms furnished, clinics restocked, feeder roads graded. No 10-page manifestos, just clear targets and a public scorecard. When goals are plain, progress is visible and trust grows. Second, disciplined coordination. Ministries, security services, and regional administrators will operate on synchronized calendars and shared dashboards, so that what is promised by one arm of the state is delivered with the help of the others. Agriculture links to transport, education links to health, energy links to enterprise. We are stitching the seams. Third, citizen partnership, not spectator politics. Every major project will have a community liaison committee, farmers, traders, youth, women, elders, tasked with monitoring timelines, verifying quality, and resolving small disputes before they become big ones. Patriotism is not applause from the stands. It is sweat on the field. Let me be direct. Endless worry is not a plan. Work is a plan. The artisan who trains an apprentice, the teacher who refuses to give up on a struggling student, the nurse who ensures vaccines are accounted for, the engineer who signs off only on what meets standard. These are the quiet victories that make a nation unshakable. We will also merge better across lines that once divided us. Region with region, rural with urban, uniform with civilian, public sector with private initiative. That means local content in contracts, mentorships that pair experienced firms with emerging ones, and procurement that rewards quality and honesty rather than proximity and noise. Unity is not everyone thinking alike. It is everyone pulling in the same direction. To reduce fear, we will increase light. Budgets for priority projects will be posted in plain language. Delivery timelines will be public. Whistleblower channels will be protected by law and backed by investigators who report to independent oversight as well as the executive. When people can see what is happening, they stop imagining monsters in the dark. Your role is straightforward and powerful. Protect our information space. Verify before you share. If it undermines trust without evidence, set it down. Hold us to our word. Use the published scorecards. Ask questions. Demand answers. Do your craft well. Excellence in ordinary work is the backbone of national dignity. We are not competing with each other, we are competing against time. The time it takes to pave a road before the rains, to stock a clinic before an outbreak, to train a cohort of welders before a factory opens. If we keep our eyes on these real clocks, there will be no time left for panic's imaginary ones. I ask you, then, to reorder your worries. Put country first, community second, self third. That is the hierarchy that carries nations through storms. We are tightening our ranks, modernizing our systems, and cleaning our own house. We will move from scattered effort to synchronized progress, step by step, district by district, quarter by quarter. We have more to do. In the next section, I will outline how we will anchor this discipline with transparent metrics, citizen service programs, and a national skills surge that links training directly to the jobs our economy is creating. The path is long, but it is straight, and we are already on it. We must probe deeper into the sources of such discord, expose the hands that stir it, and remind ourselves of the unbreakable spirit that defines us. Look at what we have achieved together, my compatriots. Since this revolutionary government took the helm, our security landscape has transformed in ways that our detractors refuse to acknowledge. Remember the dark days when jihadist incursions ravaged our northern and eastern regions, displacing families, destroying livelihoods, and sowing terror unchecked? Under previous regimes, beholden to Western puppeteers, our forces were hampered by outdated equipment, foreign-imposed strategies that served their interests over ours, and a lack of true sovereignty in our defense. But no more. Through deliberate collaborations with nations that share our ideology of self-determination, anti-imperialism, and mutual respect, we have fortified our defenses like never before. Foremost among these is our deepening partnership with Russia, a brotherly alliance rooted in the fight against colonialism's remnants. Russian support has delivered advanced weaponry, training for our brave soldiers, and intelligence sharing that has enabled us to reclaim territories long lost to extremists. Just this year, in 2025, our joint operations have neutralized key terrorist strongholds in the Sahel, pushing back groups like JNIM and ISGS that once roamed freely. But it's not Russia alone. We stand shoulder to shoulder with our comrades in the alliance of Sahel states, Mali and Niger, forming an unbreakable front against shared threats. Together, we have coordinated cross-border patrols, shared resources, and built a confederation that prioritizes African solutions for African problems. No longer do we beg for scraps from Paris or Washington. We forge our path with allies like China, who provide infrastructure for secure borders, and even emerging ties with Iran and North Korea, nations that understand the pain of sanctions and interference. These collaborations have yielded tangible results, my people. Food security has surged, with Russian grain shipments and local agricultural reforms ensuring our granaries are full, even as global powers try to weaponize hunger against us. We've installed state-of-the-art surveillance systems in Ouagadougou and beyond, under the S-24/7 Security Initiative launched this April, deterring crime and infiltration. Our volunteers for the defense of the fatherland, VDP, have been mobilized en masse, turning ordinary citizens into vigilant guardians, leading to a reported drop in civilian casualties from terrorist attacks in key provinces. The 2025 Global Terrorism Index may peddle Western narratives of ongoing strife, but on the ground, our people know the truth. Villages are safer, markets bustle without fear, and our military has conducted successful offensives that have liberated swathes of land. This is no small feat. It is a massive milestone in our revolution, a testament to what Burkina Faso can achieve when unburdened by neo-colonial chains. We have reduced dependency on foreign aid that came with strings attached, instead building self-reliance through these ideological kinships, nations that see us as equals, not exploitable resources. So, why let baseless rumors of what Donald Trump or any American leader might do unsettle us? These tales of a Putin-Trump pact leading to shared secrets and a U.S. invasion are laughable distractions. Trump, with his talk of America first, may rattle sabers elsewhere, but he knows the limits of U.S. power in a world awakening to multipolarity. America has no dominion over us. Their influence wanes daily as we expel their NGOs masquerading as helpers, reject their conditional loans that indebt our future generations, and expose their role in fueling regional instability through proxy wars. Recall how the US-backed French operations that failed spectacularly, leaving our soil scarred. Now, they whisper of restoring democracy. But what democracy? The one where our gold mines enrich foreign corporations while our people starve. The one where elections are rigged by external funds. No, my brothers and sisters, America's era of unchecked meddling in Africa is crumbling. Their bases are gone from our neighbors. Their drones no longer spy unchallenged. And their sanctions only strengthen our resolve. We have diversified our alliances. BRICS honors us with medals of solidarity. Russia invites us to victory parades as equals, and the AES Confederation grows stronger by the day. What power does Washington hold when our sovereignty is armored by such bonds? Delve deeper with me into this reality. Our improved security isn't just military. It's economic, cultural, spiritual. By aligning with nations that echo Thomas Sankara's vision, self-sufficiency, Pan-African unity, we've nationalized our mines, boosted local production, and educated our youth in ideologies free from Western distortion. Rumors of betrayal from Moscow? Absurd, when Putin himself has hosted me, affirming Russia's commitment against imperialism. America's threats of invasion? Mere bluster from a declining hegemon, unable to muster the will or resources for another quagmire like Afghanistan or Iraq. They fear our example spreading across the continent, inspiring others to reject their yoke. So, let not these whispers divide us. Instead, redouble your efforts in the fields, factories, and front lines. Patriotism isn't passive. It's the daily act of building a Faso impervious to external plots. Yet, we must remain alert, for the forces arrayed against us are cunning, their disinformation campaigns relentless. Yet, we must remain alert, for the forces arrayed against us are cunning, their disinformation campaigns relentless, seeking to erode the very foundations of our unity. But let us shift our gaze from defense to destiny, my compatriots. Not just to you, the resilient people of Burkina Faso, but to all Africans across this vast continent, from the sands of the Sahara to the shores of the Cape, from the forests of the Congo to the highlands of Ethiopia. I speak to you as a son of Africa, inspired by the eternal flame of Thomas Sankara, Patrice Lumumba, and Kwame Nkrumah, who dreamed of a liberated continent where the peoples will reign supreme. Today, I make solemn promises to you all, promises etched not in fleeting words but in the unyielding commitment of this revolutionary government. First and foremost, no matter the storms that rage, be they economic blockades from the West, whispers of betrayal from false allies, or the temptations of power that have corrupted so many before us, the interests of the people must always come first in all facets of our governance. This is not mere rhetoric. It is the core principle that guides every decision we make. In Burkina Faso, we have already begun to live this truth. Consider our nationalization of the gold mines. For decades, foreign corporations extracted our wealth, leaving crumbs for our workers while fattening their shareholders in distant capitals. Under this administration, we have redirected those revenues straight to the people, funding free education for our children, healthcare clinics in remote villages, and irrigation projects that turn arid lands into bountiful fields. In 2024 alone, we allocated over 40% of mining profits to social programs, ensuring that the sweat of our miners translates into school books, vaccines, and roads that connect our communities. This is governance for the masses, not the elite. And I promise you, Africans everywhere, as we strengthen ties within the alliance of Sahel states and push for a true African Union free from external puppeteers, this model will spread. No trade deal will be signed that exploits our labor. No alliance forged that prioritizes profit over prosperity. Whether it's negotiating with BRICS nations for fair technology transfers or rejecting IMF loans laden with austerity traps, the people's welfare, your food security, your access to clean water, your right to dignified work, will be the unassailable priority. We will measure success not by GDP figures manipulated in Western boardrooms, but by the smiles on our children's faces, the health of our elders, and the sovereignty of our nations. Now, let us address the elephant in the room. This is a military-led government, born from the necessity of a coup in 2022 to halt the slide into chaos under a corrupt regime. Some critics, echoing colonial narratives, label us as authoritarians, dictators in uniform. But hear me clearly, brothers and sisters of Africa. Though we wear the fatigues of soldiers, this is a government of the people, by the people, and for the people, not an oligarchy where a handful of generals or cronies hoard power and wealth. Oligarchies are the plague of our continent's past, where post-independence leaders morphed into neo-colonial stooges, amassing fortunes in Swiss banks while their citizens starved. We reject that path utterly. Our military rule is transitional, a bridge to genuine democracy rooted in African values, not imposed Western templates that favor the rich. Look at our actions. We have established people's assemblies in every province, where farmers, teachers, women, and youth directly influence policy, from budgeting to anti-corruption measures. In Ouagadougou, the Revolutionary Council includes representatives from labor unions and civil society, ensuring no decision is made in isolation. We have prosecuted corrupt officials without mercy, recovering millions in stolen assets to reinvest in public housing. This is not rule by decree. It is rule by consensus, where the armed forces serve as guardians, not gods. I promise you, Africans, we will not cling to power like the despots of old. Elections will come when the ground is fertile, when terrorism is eradicated, when economic independence is secured, when foreign influence is no longer by votes. Until then, every soldier under my command swears allegiance not to me, but to the Faso and to Africa. We draw from Sankara's legacy, who said, "The revolution is in the hands of the people," and we live it by decentralizing authority, empowering local cooperatives to manage resources, and fostering Pan-African solidarity that lifts all boats. No oligarchic cabal will emerge here. Transparency reports are published monthly, and any whiff of personal enrichment is met with swift justice. Delve deeper with me into this vision. Imagine an Africa where military interventions, when necessary, always yield to civilian empowerment, where governments prioritize communal land rights over corporate land grabs, where education teaches our history, not Europe's version, to instill pride and purpose. In Burkina Faso, we've launched the Sankara Youth Brigades, training thousands in agriculture and defense, turning potential recruits for extremists into builders of the nation. This is scalable across Africa. Through shared training programs with Mali and Niger, we're creating a cadre of leaders who put people first, dismantling the oligarchic structures that have fragmented our continent. No matter the pressure from superpowers or the allure of personal gain, our governance will remain anchored in the collective good, fostering unity from Senegal to Somalia. But promises alone are not enough. We must act with unwavering resolve, for the road ahead is fraught with challenges that test our very soul. But promises alone are not enough. We must act with unwavering resolve, for the road ahead is fraught with challenges that test our very soul. Yet, as the tensions that once gripped our nation begin to ease, like the calm after a fierce Sahelian storm, we stand taller, wiser, and unbreakable. My dear compatriots, brothers and sisters of Burkina Faso and all of Africa, let us now weave together the threads of this message into a tapestry of triumph, a declaration that echoes from the red earth of Ouagadougou to the farthest corners of our continent. Reflect with me on the shadows we have banished. Those insidious rumors, born from the desperation of imperialists, claiming that a distant meeting between Putin and Trump could unravel our alliances, expose our strengths, and invite American boots to trample our soil under the hypocritical veil of democracy. Nonsense. We have dissected these lies, exposed their frailty. Russia remains our ironclad partner, not a fickle trader of secrets. The United States, with its fading grip on global affairs, holds no sway over a sovereign Faso fortified by resolve and real friendships. These whispers were meant to divide us, to make us falter in our fields and factories, but we reject them utterly. Instead, we embrace the light of our achievements. Security that has blossomed through collaborations with nations of shared vision, Mali, Niger, Russia, and beyond. Terrorists retreat, borders strengthen, villages thrive. This is no fleeting victory. It is a monumental milestone, a beacon proving that African unity trumps foreign division. Why fear Trump's bluster or Washington's schemes when our alliances arm us with weapons, wisdom, and wheat? America's power crumbles against our self-determination. Their invasions belong to history's dustbin, not our future. And at the heart of it all beats the unbreakable promise I renew today. In every decree, every dawn, the people's interests reign supreme. Though we lead with military discipline to safeguard our revolution, this is no oligarchy of the elite, no cabal hoarding gold while the masses hunger. It is your government, forged in the fires of Sankara's spirit, where assemblies empower the farmer, the teacher, the mother, where nationalized resources flow back to heal, educate, and uplift. To all Africans, I pledge, we will build this model continent-wide, dismantling neo-colonial chains, prioritizing your dreams over distant dictates. No external force will doubt our patriotism, for it burns in every act of labor, every vigilant eye, every united step forward. So rise, my people, rise with the sun that kisses our savannas, with the winds that carry our ancestors' whispers of freedom. Let these rumors dissolve like mist before the dawn. Let our security shine as a shield for generations. Let our governance inspire a reborn Africa, where the people are the true sovereigns. Together, we are invincible, united in purpose, fierce in defense, boundless in potential. Vive le Burkina Faso, vive l'Afrique libre, forward, ever forward, to the victory that is ours.